Dragon Ball is severely limiting itself. Dragon Ball is being too limited. And what I mean by that is we're too focused around the main cast of characters. The Dragon Ball universe is so vast in itself, just in Universe 7, let alone the other universes, and the fact that we usually only cover the mortal realm when there's basically a realm of hell, and there's 12 universes and 6 more potentially if they ever come back, different timelines, yet we're mainly focused on the same guys over and over and over again on the same kind of time era. What I think that Dragon Ball needs to do is something like what happened with Star Wars with Knights of the Old Republic, where it is way back in the past. You still have similar settings, similar powers, but it's new characters, new villains, new conflicts. This is what needs to happen with Dragon Ball. Dragon Ball went to Dragon Ball Z, to Dragon Ball Super, then Dragon Ball GT. Same characters, same settings, same conflicts, all extending from each other, all branching to each other. Let's go back thousands of years in the past where they don't connect. Let's go to the Saiyan-Sefurian Wars. Now, we know that somewhat connects, it's Saiyans and the Sefurians, but let's go back to that. Let's cover a squad of Sefurians fighting the Saiyans, or a squad of Saiyans fighting the Sefurians, or even before that, before the Saiyans fought them, and when there was like the Great Saiyan Civil War and they had to move planets. There could be so many cool and interesting things to learn, to see, new characters, just new so much. And the fact that Dragon Ball is just sticking to the same thing over and over again, in my opinion, it's limiting itself. Star Wars with the Legends universe and all the video games, comics, novels, and more got to cover so much. They went way past that of the original trilogy, way before that of the prequels, and then so much in between as well. That is one of the things that I loved about Star Wars Legends, and something I think we could really get and we could really deserve to see within Dragon Ball. Saiyans of the old planet Vegeta. We had Jacko, but that took place on Earth with a character who's already part of the main cast in a similar era of time. Dragon Ball Heroes is the same cast on many of the same planets with old villains that are rehashed and stuff like that. I'm not saying it's bad. I kind of like Dragon Ball Heroes, although not enough to the point where for the last, 8 months I haven't even been paying attention to it whatsoever, but we could keep going with Dragon Ball Super. Have somebody else get approved by Toriyama, make a story that's so far away that what they do with it isn't going to really affect what happens with current Dragon Ball Super to the point where they can fuck stuff up with the story. Like, if you just cover a single squad of Saiyans during the Sefurian War, what are they going to really add to it that could affect negatively the story of Dragon Ball Super? Not really much. It's long ago. I believe at this point it'd be 100 years ago? I don't remember the exact timeline, but these don't have to be special Saiyans. Just do a random squad of Saiyans that are maybe low class, maybe a mixture of low, mid, and high class Saiyans that are just banded together. They form a bond of brotherhood and sisterhood, and they fight the Sefurians in a war for dominance. With Dragon Ball, in my opinion, it's being too limited. Getting a story of the Pride Troopers, or a series of the Pride Troopers would be great. A series of the Universe 6 Saiyans. A series of many of the other universes we haven't seen much of. I think it's just being too limited. We could get more and build up this massive lore of Dragon Ball. Let's see the Makaiyoshin realm, I believe. I can't remember if that's the exact name, but that's like the realm of like the demons or whatever. That would be amazing to see what is going on there. How did Dabura become the king or whatever? Or not even really centered around Dabura, but maybe it's just in that realm. Like, new eras, new planets, new races, new powers. And even if it's not that, like if we use the Saiyans, for example, against the Sefurians, it's still a different sort of setting that we have not seen delved into very much. Dragon Ball has so much potential. It's like what Star Wars was. Those 3 original movies of the original trilogy built up so much of what could be done. And then it was expanded through the prequels and the Legends with the Clone Wars, the Knights of the Old Republic, and, you know, the Yuuzhan Vong. All of that was expanded upon in great detail. This is something that I think should be done with Dragon Ball as a property. I think it'd be great for the fans to see new and cool things that we haven't seen before within the universe. To also would be good for the Dragon Ball as a property to maintain its dominance, to add diversity to the series, and also make a bunch of money. It's gonna happen. I don't see, like, do you really think if they made a series or something like that of the Saiyan War against the Saurians, that would not be, at least if done well and animated well, that would not make a bunch of money? That would make so much money. I guarantee it. It's gonna make a lot of money. And that's just really for the video. I just want to point this out, that Dragon Ball is being too limited. It's being too safe. Dragon Ball, you have the money, the fandom, the everything, the clout to be taking risks. Take risks. Do different things. Go to different eras, different planets, different races. Focus on different characters that have nothing or little to do with the main characters of Dragon Ball proper. That is my thoughts. Let me know your guys' thoughts down below. Do you agree with me, or do you completely disagree with me? Let me know. Please do leave a like if you enjoyed. Comment your thoughts, subscribe, and turn notifications to be notified every time I upload a new video. Peace out.